pi baro ki paralog sa shisien pat ni pediang sngop ha ya pi ha ka ni ka channel bat menta ni wan ra shapi ya ka wei ka kubol ka jinkren na Ustad Mariang jong ka jilla jongi i Dr. Bramley wan bante lingdo bat ikren hangme shapang ka sngi buram jong ka may Mariang bat ilakin tu shibon ya kinong shong kumno ban pinne ban pensa ban yada na ka jing penjat bat penjabo ya ka may Mariang ila ban shushu kum kinong shong ni day ban pendan kam ya ki a ban lat na ka jing penjat ya ka may Mariang bat la ban shushu kumangi don menta bat ngi em hapdeng ka ni ka klam coronavirus henry ka jing ma ka ap yangi bayo kanwan sakaway pat ka jing ma ba kam shukhay ba mi lada ngim yo shu ya ka may Mariang ka bakod ka basuba day na kata ka daw ila kintu baknang banne bansa ka may Mariang ka don kam bangin tong kiding bat ban penjengam ya ka.
Good evening. This is Bramley Lingdo, founder and CEO of Worldview Impact, reporting from Bromley Park, right here in southeast London. I want to wish you a very happy World Environment Day 2021, wherever you are on the planet. And this year, we celebrate the theme of ecosystem restoration. Today, the United Nations also launches the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration. So we have this whole decade to work together as the human race to restore the balance on Earth for future generations to come. Now, regarding the questions that were asked today during the session hosted by Meghalaya United Nations Association, regarding the TED Talk I gave at the Norwegian School of Economics 10 years ago in Bergen, talking about the logo of Worldview Impact with the 3 arrows, the environmental arrow, the social arrow, and the economic arrow. All these 3 arrows mounted on a bow to fire at the same target, and that target is the target of sustainability. Obviously, in the last 10 years, we've been working with lots of indigenous peoples and farmers and young people all over the world in many countries. And wherever we go, these people actually get it, especially the indigenous people. They are the caretakers, they are the stewards of the planet, and they have been practicing sustainable development for centuries. They just didn't know the meaning that we're talking about right now. So, having said that, back in 2012, we've been working to restore the mangrove ecosystems in the Delta region of Myanmar. And until now, we've planted 16 million mangrove trees, creating a natural barrier to protect people from storms and hurricanes and tsunamis in Myanmar. Then, in the eastern Himalayan foothills, which covers Nepal, Bhutan, Northeast India and Myanmar, we are working with Bali Para Foundation to restore cloud forest ecosystems, a project which 20,000 hectares to plant millions of trees right across the eastern Himalayan forest with different indigenous communities all across these 3 countries that I've just mentioned about. Then we are also working with groups in Brazil, in Mexico, in Colombia, in Ghana, in Kenya, and now with 12 countries in the west of Africa to restore 20,000 hectares of forests and 200,000 hectares of mangrove ecosystems that will create jobs for 120 million people. Now that's big. So we've got a lot of work to do, but we've got 10 years left to reverse the irreversible climate change or the tipping point that could be reached by our planet. Now, to the question about the United Nations, I think the UN is a forum, a neutral ground for all member states, 195 of them, to come to the United Nations General Assembly in New York and voice their concerns. But we need collective action. Big states need to work with small states to fight the good fight to secure the balance on the planet and get a climate deal that works for all countries, rich and poor. One country, one vote, whether it's Tuvalu with 20,000 people or China with 1.5 billion people, it's one country, one vote at the United Nations. That's the beauty of the UN. And I hope that member states will work together on the mandate of restoring ecosystems in this whole decade. Now, with the question about Juming cultivation, I think it was sustainable like 50 years ago when we have lots of land to move around our farmers from one mountain to the next or one valley to the other, allowing Mother Earth to regenerate for 5, 6, 7 years before we come back to the same spot. But now it's not feasible. We can't just chop off all the forests and let all the topsoil drain off. It's not working. But we can work and promote organic farming and regenerative agriculture that can draw down carbon without using any chemical pesticides and fertilizers on Mother Earth. Now, people that practice regenerative agriculture can get carbon credits from our partner Earth Bank that has space-age technology working in partnership with the European Space Agency to use their satellites and zoom in from 200 miles from space to the Earth. Soil to space and space to soil. Calculate the carbon potential, the soil of the forest, and reward farmers who are restoring ecosystems anywhere on Earth. So with that, I want to challenge all of you watching this video to do your part. Like Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And I say, ask not what Mother Earth can do for you, ask what you can do for Mother Earth. So please, global citizens, go plant at least 10 trees every year to offset your emissions. That's 10 tons every year. Every year do it. So in 10 years, each of you could have planted 100 trees. Everybody can do that. Save energy, save water, avoid using plastic, avoid dumping them into our streams and rivers because they land up in the oceans, killing all our marine ecosystems. Try to use solar energy or wind energy and avoid using fossil fuels, and try to restore the balance on the planet. Do not throw your kitchen waste out. Use it for composting and make your own compost so you can grow your own vegetable and organic garden wherever you live on the planet. So thank you very much. This is a call to action to everyone watching. Everyone can do our part. No man is an island, or no woman is an island. We need to work together to fight this pandemic so that we can prevent meltdown of glaciers from the Arctic, from the Antarctic, and from the Himalayas that could release crazy viruses and pathogens that are coming out from the melting permafrost and that could kill us all if we don't take action. COVID-19 was a warning, but there could be more deadly pathogens that can come out with birds and bats and bears and wildlife coming in interaction with man because of their ecosystem collapsing. So we need to wake up as a human race and take action to reverse the damage that our ancestors have created on the planet. Thank you very much, and may the forest be with you always. Signing off.